What's up, everybody? This is the Warrior of Light, aka Alamir, and as an official ambassador for the First Soldier, we got some early access to some information about an upcoming event and some balance adjustments that are going to be dropping here after the maintenance. Wanted to share all that information with you, but also give some of my thoughts on not only the event and some of the changes, but some of the balance adjustments as well, and how I think it'll affect the game. First up, it is Easter coming up here in the real world very soon. And so there's an egg hunt event, and we got some cool images I will share with you all now. Um, these right here on the screen, it kind of shows a lot of different stuff that's going to be coming to the event. Some skins that are going to be in the shop, some changes to Chocobos, and there's another slide for that later. But apparently, we're going to be able to hatch Chocobos that are a little bit more Eastery, I guess, as you can see right there. There's even a picture of like a rainbow colored one later on. I'm guessing that the skin on the left with the bunny outfit, I don't think there's going to be like pulls or anything, um, but I think they're just going to be in like a specialty shop that you can buy, like event stuff typically has been. The next one is kind of cool. So in like Chocobo Hot and Cold in Final Fantasy 9 and in Final Fantasy 13, how you would use the Chocobo to dig while you're out on the I'm wanting to say the calm lands, but like the big plateau in the I think it's the 13th chapter of Final Fantasy 13. Maybe it is when the game kind of opens up. Maybe it's chapter 10. But we're going to be able to search out on the field with the Chocobo and hunt for gathering points. And so it'll react when you approach one, and then you can tap and you can obtain event exclusive eggs, which I'm sure probably hatch some of the stuff that we're going to be using in the shops. So, pretty cool. Sorry, the next one. Whoa. So there's going to be exclusive Chocobos for the event. As you can see, some of the colors I'm sure there's going to be more than just this, but very bright Eastery colors from event exclusive eggs. Maybe the eggs we get out on the field are just going to hatch Chocobos. I don't know. Or maybe it'll be like secret boxes. But with all these new Chocobos coming, there is going to be an important piece of information I'll share in just a second. But there's going to be event monsters. So when gathering, there's these different monsters that can appear. I recognize the Granglin from the original FF7, which is kind of cool. Obviously, everybody knows the Cactuar. But apparently, we're going to be able to summon them. So the Cactuar, I guess we're going to mimic the Cactuar and actually like play as the Cactuar. And the Granglin, it looks like we're just going to summon him when defeated. So I don't think we actually mimic him, but the Cactuar we will. Which Cactuar has been a summon in a couple different Final Fantasy games. The Granglin not so much. So we'll see how powerful that is, or how interested I'll be in summoning that, especially in a ranked match. But egg hunt challenges. So I think these skins you're seeing right now, emotes and all this stuff, is probably stuff we're going to get through challenges. So I don't think you're going to have to pay for these. Just play the game, participate in the event, and you'll get like these Easter themed banners and gun skins. You probably get, looks like, tickets to pull for some of the other stuff during the Easter event. Honestly, none of this stuff is really my color, like the bright pinks and blues. Love Easter, but not probably not going to be rocking a whole lot of it. And I think through the event, as you do different challenges, you're going to be able to get plenty of Shinra tickets that you can go and do different pulls. It looks like we have an opportunity to get more Chocobo food, which, because we're getting these bright Chocobos, is kind of important. But also, there's another little tidbit of information here that's going to be important in getting more Chocobo food. And it's after this slide. So it looks like the event ends April 14th. So probably, since these new pastel skins are going to be in the shop until then, so there'll probably be a separate shop again just for these skins. Again, not my color. Probably not going to be rocking any of these because the bright pinks and blues is not really my style. Last, as far as the event is concerned, this is cool. They're actually, one stall is going to be added to your Chocobo pen for free, and you can double the amount of stalls we currently have. So right now it's at 7, but you can pay to add it. You can pay to increase it all the way to 14 stalls, which is pretty cool. So I'm saving up my money. I'm definitely going to be popping that all the way up to 14. How many are in this picture? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. It's going to look kind of crazy unless they zoom out a little bit with 14 stalls. And before we go to the video for the, well, we can go to the video for the event now, I guess. And so here's the event. Here's the video kind of announcing the event. Throughout the field. Okay, that's funny. Well, that's the video. I'm interested in summoning the Cactuar at least once, just to see how fast it's gonna carry me through the field. Alright, last little piece of information is the balance adjustments. So the below balance adjustments will be announced in a letter from the devs planned to be published on 3/29. So today there's going to be a dev letter. I may or may not do a video on that as well, but here they are. First up, Dragoon adjustments. Camera. I know this is probably something people who have been playing Dragoon want. I've already leveled it to 60, so I honestly haven't played it in a hot minute. Because even on teams, I'll rock Ninja. If somebody else wanted Ninja, I would totally take Dragoon, though. It's a decent class. The camera can also be moved left to right in addition to up and down when gliding using the Sky Predator trait, which is good. I mean, that'll make it easier to do the dive bomb attack. And also, if you're looking to like launch fire from the sky, that probably makes it a lot easier. They're adding a gliding sound effect to Sky Predator, which other people might be happy, because right now, I mean, it's really useful on teams as well if you jump and then glide to flank an enemy, but I guess now there's going to be a sound. We'll see how loud it is, if it's going to be super obnoxious like the Chocobo flapping wings. Melee attacks made easier to land. It probably needed that, in all honesty. I still feel like the Dragoon's kind of, I don't know, I feel like everything compared to Warrior, at least the first initial attack is always kind of hard to land. You got to be pretty close. After monitoring the effects of the latest adjustments, we will consider implementing a second round of adjustments that will include changes to the dive bomb attack. So they might change the dive bomb attack again. I still think it's not that great of an attack. Like, I dodge it. I dodge it pretty often. And even when I get hit with it, I'm pretty quick on the sky recovery and fire. So, adjustment to Bahamut's level and elevation when summoned. That might just mean he's not summoned so high, because I haven't summoned Bahamut in a minute, but pretty much every time I have, I'm pressing the down button to get closer to the earth. This is going to be important. The Mega Flare, the change of the Mega Flare, especially people that have been taking screenshots right outside of it. So damage can penetrate into buildings now, so that's going to be important. If you get Mega Flare, you just need to get out of the area. But there's also going to be a blown away effect added, and candidates just outside the area of effect are also blown away and take a small amount of damage, and area effect has been increased. Ooh, so they're going to make it harder to get, so it's going to be a bigger area, and then even if you're outside the area, you're still going to get hit with something. You're not going to die, but you're still going to get hit with something, which, that's interesting. Gravity adjustments, which I honestly haven't seen that many people using gravity lately, and I think I noticed you can't cast it on somebody anymore. I could be wrong about that, but like I was just messing around with it in the lobby, and I tried to cast it on a bot, and it just landed right behind him, and I was aiming right at the bot. So I don't think you can like cast it on a person anymore. I think you actually have to hit their feet with it. You can't just like hit their body with it and then it'll pop. Like you actually have to hit their feet maybe. Improvement to gravity and slow effects stacking. Heavily restrict it, so instead of just freezing, if you get hit with the slow, if you hit with blizzard and gravity, you don't have a jewel pendant equipped. It looks like you're just going to be heavily restricted movement. Maybe back to how it used to be in gravity. So jewel pendant's going to be important still. So you don't get, I mean, it doesn't look like you're going to get frozen, but still heavily restricted. In the last update, we weakened the speed reduction caused by gravity to reduce the number of one-sided kills. Yeah, thank you for that. As we've seen a positive trend due to this, we will only be fixing the error listed below for gravity in this round of adjustments. The error listed below. I see range control adjustments. I'm not seeing anything else for gravity. I don't know what they're talking about there. There's nothing else below. Ranger control adjustments. One of the most least used skills, so this is probably necessary. Strengthened, and a feature has been added. It doesn't say what that is. But firepower is improved. Scouting area is increased. I wonder what that means. And self-destruct area made viewable. Honestly, never use the skill. Seems absolutely pointless. So, teleport adjustments. MP cost changed to 2 and cooldown time reduced to allow the spell to be recast more quickly. I think a lot of people haven't been using teleport. I know teleport's actually useful in solos with a warrior to get in close on somebody if they're stuck behind a piece of cover. Teleport can be really useful for warriors to get around the map. I've seen warriors use it just as a means to move in close on an enemy who may be kind of dodgy. MP costs, yep, okay, so that's for the teleport. So bio adjustment. Now when you're hit directly with bio, a small amount of damage is inflicted, which is interesting. I wonder if that will still be the case even if you have a jewel pendant equipped. Luckily bio is still pretty easy to dodge. It's also hard to cast, really hard to throw. So we'll see on that one. Vehicle adjustment. Durability of all vehicles reduced. I'm okay with that. I don't really care too much about the vehicles reduction. I have no thought. As far as my thoughts on this update, the only real thought I have is that I guess I wish I saw a monk nerf. So people that have communicated with me in Facebook and Discord probably know that already, but I thought that the Red Fist could use a nerf maybe in the next update. I feel like in the beginning of the season everybody was playing Dragoon, and then with the event everybody's doing Bahamut raids, so not a lot of people have been playing on ranked, especially as of late. But I think as more people play ranked, especially on solos, I think they're going to start to see, and even on teams, I've seen a lot of monks red v1 or 1v3 people teams. And so I think there'll be some kind of balance adjustment in the future. Until now, man, you better carry arrow and blind and keep your distance, because while they may not have red fists this moment as you're fighting them, it just takes a little bit of damage. You know, once they get to that 20%, then they're going to come at you hardcore, and you don't want to be close to them. So if you know you're fighting a monk, my advice is keep your distance, unless you know they've popped red fist already. And even then, because they can siphon your life while punching you, you're still going to want to kind of keep your distance. So nothing too crazy as far as balance adjustments. I think the coolest thing in this update is the increase in pen size. So going from 7 to 14 is going to be cool, especially people who are really into breeding chocobos and trying to max stats. And if you haven't seen the guide on Reddit, there is like a chocobo breeding guide, which is pretty useful. Maybe I'll do a video on that and give credit in like the description or something, because it's been a useful guide. There's like a fourth breeding synergy in there based on what green the chocobo likes the most, and I've been using it for a chocobo I just recently got, trying to max about almost 4 of his stats. So it's a useful guide. But that's it. Looking forward to participating in the egg hunt. With some of the challenges, I don't think it's going to be too community based. I've been thinking about doing a chocobo race and doing a giveaway for that, and there is a way to do it. It just might be complicated. I might need some help from some other players to pull this off, but maybe if this egg event isn't too like community oriented, it's more like, you know, go and look for eggs and stuff. Maybe we'll throw in the chocobo event while this event is going on, especially as people are breeding and getting more food, to get the community together to do something like that. I think it'd be kind of fun. But anyways, this has been the Warrior of Light. aka Alamir, and these are some of the changes with the newest event and some of the balance adjustments. Nothing too crazy as far as balance adjustments, which is always good. I feel like subtle changes is probably best, but we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.